Next slide. Next slide, please. Thank you. So now to give an introduction to our chief speaker today, Mr. Supun Lahir Prakash, currently a PhD student in Guangxi University, China. Supun is a prominent environmental activist and a freelance journalist in Sri Lanka, recognized for his work in wildlife conservation, management, and nature-based tourism. He has been involved in various conservation campaigns and investigative reporting since 2005. His research interests include wildlife conservation, management, and human-elephant conflict in Sri Lanka. Prakash has been involved in the remapping of elephant corridors, but he argues that this approach is flawed and does not address the ongoing human-elephant conflict. He emphasizes the need for district-based solutions and the importance of preserving elephant home ranges outside their protected areas which have been dedicated as of now. His work has been also recognized with the title of one of the 2020 United Nations Climate Change Learn Champions. We hope that by the end of this session, you will have gained a vast knowledge on the elephants of Sri Lanka. Now we'll be moving on to the first round, where the first round will be on the biological and physical features of elephants. You all will be given 3 minutes, and the Google form link will be shared in the Zoom chat box and also the through WhatsApp groups now. Over to you, Super.
Thank you very much. Before go to the first question, I would like to tell you that I share two links in the chat box. You can find the PDF versions of these books written by me about the elephants and wildlife. It's free to download. One exclamation of the wildernesses, or the one of Petahanda Nagai. It was published by the Wildlife and Nature Protection Society. You can download them free. And let's move on to the first round, biology and physical features.
So Supan will be giving them 3 minutes to complete this.
Okay.
So everyone, you will be given 3 minutes to complete the quiz, and the link has been shared in the Zoom chat box now. So good luck, everyone. You all have 1 minute. Time's up, everyone, and I hope you all had enough time to fill in the answers for the quick quiz. And if you need any more time, please feel free to ask and don't be shy. Here are the record answers. I think we can move on to. Okay. As you have requested more time, we'll give you 1 minute. All right. All right, everyone. Do you need any more time? Is there anyone who needs more time? If you want, feel free to ask. All right, then I think we can start. So over to you, Supan. First round on biology and physical features of elephants.
Okay, hope you can hear me clearly. The first question is the scientific name of the Sri Lankan elephants. 4 answers were given: Elephas maximus indicus, Elephas maximus maximus, Elephas maximus sumatranus, and Elephas maximus boniensis. What do you think? What is the answer? What is the correct answer? Yeah. 2 of you add the answer B in the chat box. So thank you for the active engagement here. Yeah, the correct answer is Elephas maximus maximus. Let's talk a little bit about the elephants and their scientific names. When we consider the elephants, the largest terrestrial animals and the largest herbivore on Earth, you can see there are 3 different species of elephants in the world at the moment. They are the largest living animal on the land. African savanna elephants are the biggest among these 3 species, called as Loxodonta africana or African savanna elephants. You know, in the vast savanna areas in Africa, we can find them, the largest living animals on the land. And when we go to the thick rainforest in Central and Western Africa, we can find another a bit of small elephant species called Loxodonta cyclotis. They are called African forest elephants. And when we come to the Asia, we can find Elephas maximus. If you go through the endangered the level of these elephants according to the red list of IUCN, African savanna elephants and Asian elephants are listed as endangered, while the African forest elephants have been listed as critically endangered. Here, the distribution of African elephants, you can see elephants home ranges in green color. They could be found in about 37 countries, southern of Sahara Desert. And in Central and Western Africa, you can find African forest elephants. Earlier, maybe a few millions of Asian African elephants were there. Unfortunately, now estimation was about 450,000 to 700,000 elephants in the world when we go to the Africa. If we come to the Asia, here you can see we can find four different subspecies of elephants. The species name is Elephas maximus, and we can find four subspecies, Elephas maximus indicus in India or the Indian subcontinent. When it comes to Sri Lanka, we can find Elephas maximus maximus. And if you go to Sumatra, you can find Elephas maximus sumatranus. And in Borneo Islands, you can find Elephas maximus borneensis or the pygmy elephants, right? Here you can see the distribution map of elephants in the past and at the present. Here in brown color, you can find the historic range of elephants in the Asian elephants in the world. You can find from West Asia to here the Iranian coast and Indian subcontinent, and eastward in Southeast Asia, and far north in Yangtze River in China. We could find elephants maybe during the past, but unfortunately, at present, they have been disappeared from their home ranges. Actually, the previous home range was about 9 million square kilometers, but unfortunately, they were disappeared from 95% of their ancient home ranges, and now they are limited to very few areas in South and Southeast Asia. Here you can see the distribution of elephants in Asia. They are found in 13 range countries. Totally, we can find nearly 50,000 elephants in the wild, and in the captivity, we can find about 15,000 elephants. If you go to the India, we can find the largest Asian elephant population, maybe about 27,000 elephants. And happily, we have the second largest elephant population in Asia. According to the 2011 National Elephant Survey, it was less than 6,000 elephants. Other than that, in some countries, we can find just a few hundreds of elephants, and in some cases, nearly 1,000 elephants. Then you can see how critically how the situation critical when it comes to the population in Asia. Okay, then let's go to the second question. The Sri Lankan elephant is 4 answers were given. First one is the smallest subspecies of Asian elephant. And the second one is the largest subspecies of Asian elephant and hybrid of hybrid between Africa and Asian elephants, and known for having tusks in both males and females. What do you think? I think two answers, two friends answered the question. Answer was mentioned as B. Let's see. Yes, the answer is B. If the question is the smallest subspecies, as I mentioned you, the Bornean subspecies is the smallest subspecies of Asian elephants in the world, and the largest subspecies is Asian Sri Lankan elephants live in this small island. And when we talk about the answer C, a hybrid between, yeah, sorry, a hybrid between African and Asian elephants, it's completely wrong. When you look at the scientific names of these two species, the African elephants belongs to Loxodonta genus, and Asian elephants belong to Elephas genus. That means both these two subspecies, these two species were divided in Pliocene era, maybe 5 million years ago, and divided and evolved as two distinguished species. And later, the African elephants again divided into two species as Loxodonta africana and Loxodonta cyclotis, right? They're known for having tusks in both males and females. It's wrong. We will discuss this matter in detail later, but here only the African elephants have both males and females has tusks, but in when it comes to Asia, it's not correct, right? Then the next question: which of the following is not correct according for the Sri Lankan elephants, right? What do you think? One friend, yeah. What is the out of this? What is not relevant to the Sri Lankan elephants? Let's discuss this matter. Large ear size compared to other Asian subspecies. It's a bit of arguable. Probably their ears are smaller than African elephants, but when compared to other species, maybe their ears could be larger, and dark skin tone. Yes, they have a dark skin tone and deep pigmentation. We call it kabara. You can find kind of pink color patches in their trunks and the ears like areas. Therefore, the correct answer is a single domed head. When we go to Africa, you can find single dome heads of elephants in among the African elephants. All of the African elephant species, Loxodonta africana and Loxodonta cyclotis, has a single domed head. But when it comes to Sri Lanka and Asia, we can find two domed head. Other than that, when compared to when we talk about tusks, both males and females of African elephants can grow tusks and have a little amount of Asian elephants. Only the males can grow tusks. And when it comes to the weight, you can find between 4,000 kilograms to 7,000 kilograms of body weight of adult elephants in Savannah, Africa. When it comes to Sri Lanka, you can find 3,000 to 6,000 kilograms. And here you can find African elephants have ears kind of African continent, and it's not, it's a kind of round ears in Asian elephants. If you look at the trunk, you can find two fingers in among the African elephants, but in Asian elephants, you can find one finger. It's very useful for catching and grabbing things. For the elephants, it's like the trunk is working as a multi-purpose organ for the elephants, and particularly the finger is used as a finger for us. It's really helpful for catching and grabbing things and smelling and touching for everything, right? And the pigmentation, again, the pigmentation can be found mostly in Asian elephants, not African elephants. Okay, then let's go to the next question. In Sri Lanka, tusk-bearing males, the percentage, how much of elephants or how much of males with the tusks? Let's see. Here, the answer 1, 6 to 7%. Answer B, 10 to 15%. Answer C, 25 to 30%. And answer D, about half of males. What do you think? Yes, the correct answer is 6 to 7% of males, right? I'll discuss it a little bit. Here you can see the distribution of tusks among elephants in Sri Lanka. Here you can see this table. I got this table from the 2011 National Elephant Survey. You can find, you can see they found about 1,000 adult males, and out of them, only 55 animals were with tuskers, were the tuskers, and the correct answer is 6 to 7%. Unfortunately, with the poaching for ivory, the number of or the percentage of elephants with tusk, I think, going down. According to Dharaniyagala, in 1955, he mentioned that he found 11% of tuskers from Sri Lankan elephant population. But unfortunately, as you get to know that now the percentage is about 6 to 7%. However, it depends according to the different regions. Here you can see in Mahavali, they found only 6 tuskers. In northwestern area, they found 22 tuskers. Likewise, you can find most of the tuskers, I think, confined to the northwestern area. Here you can see 22 adult tuskers, 13 sub-adult tuskers, and likewise, right? And here I add a couple of pictures of eminent tuskers here. Can anyone tell me who is this tusker? Can anyone name him? You can switch on your mic and tell me if you know the name. Pardon? Here you can see her bath here. It was popular. It was really popular. Sorry. If you have any question, please let me know. He was a very famous tusker in Sri Lanka recently because he was bath here. He lost his life because of gun wound in his leg. Unfortunately, he was a very nice and elusive tusker. Here you can see when he was alive, it was a growing nice tusker, but unfortunately, during the last few weeks, you can see the pathetic situation that he faced before he passed away, unfortunately. And at the moment, this is Kavantissa. He's the the known biggest tusker, the known highest, the tallest tusker in Sri Lanka at the moment. Kavantissa live around Galgamu area in Kurunegala district. Here you can see he has to cross the railway track every time. It's quite of risk for him. You know, about 10 to 15 elephants killed every year because of train accident in Sri Lanka. We wish the Kavanti's fate should not be like that, right? And before that, there was a large tusker were in the same area called Sebalangamu tusker. Unfortunately, he was what happened to him. Here you can see during translocating, he was died unfortunately because of damage to the lorry base. Then there was a weak structure of the this lorry. It was unfortunately we lost him. Now we can find him as a statue. Here you can see in the right hand side. We are very, we are very keen to express our gratitude by, preparing this kind of statues. But unfortunately, it's not, there's no purpose. There's no value for the animals. If we, after we killing them, it's not, it's not there's no any value of having this kind of a thing. Only thing that we can do is we have to protect them. We have to allow them to live freely in the country. Okay. And let's go to the, I think this is the last question of this round, right? An adult male Sri Lankan elephant's daily food intake. You can answer the question. You can add your answers to the chat box. Then I can see what do you think about the daily food intake. Answer C, 200 to 250. Said B, 100 to 150, or 50 to 75 kilograms, or 400 to 500. What do you think? The correct answer is not C, actually. I think it's a mistake from my side, maybe. The answer is answer B, about 100 to 150 kilograms per day. Here, I want to mention that we have done a survey about the elephant diets in Sri Lanka and the world. We found that they rely on more than about 1,000 different species of uh, plants. They are, as I mentioned before during my, I think in the introduction slides, they were the largest herbivore on Earth. There was a mistake. I think it happened from my side. I'm really sorry about that. But the correct answer would be 100 and 150. As I mentioned, elephants are the largest herbivore on this earth, and they have to find a lot of food because they are uh, track. They are the digestion tract is kind of ineffective when compared to other animals. They are not ruminant like cow and deers like ruminants. So they are non-ruminant animals like human. Uh, they actually they have to find more food than they really need because their digestive tract is ineffective. About 30% or 40% of the food that they consume pass their digestive tract without proper digestion. Therefore they have to find more food than they actually need. Therefore they have to rely on large amount of food. They have to find more foods. Therefore, they rely on leaves, branches, and twigs, and trunks, barks, and roots in some cases, and flowers. Likewise, grasses. They rely on a range of trees, herbs, shrubs, and grasses, and vines like things. Uh, According to our study, we found nearly 1,000 different species of plants consumed by elephants in the world. Okay, then the round two, ecology and distribution. I think we will give you 3 minutes, right?
Yes, we'll be giving you 3 minutes.
Okay.
So thank you very much for that round, and it was really inspiring and insightful as well. So now everyone will be moving on to the second round, which is on the ecology and distribution of Sri Lankan elephants. So we'll be giving you all 3 minutes for this round, and good luck. Hello everyone, you all have 30 seconds to go. Hello everyone, the time for the second round is up now, and I hope that you all had enough time to answer questions. Still, if you need any time, please feel free to ask. Given silence, I think that we can move on to the next round. So, over to you, Subha.
Okay, let's move on to the second round. The first question. The estimated number, the most, I think, the most arguable question, one of the most arguable questions at the moment in Sri Lanka. How many elephants are there in the wild in Sri Lanka? Because most of the cases, people try to get a number to in some cases they want to justify the increasing number of elephant deaths in the country. Anyway, let's see, 2000 to 200 and 2500, or 3500 to 4000, or 5000 to 6000, or over 10,000. What is the correct answer? I'll explain you here. According to the first national survey conducted in 2011, we have had less than 6,000 elephants. And however, official statistics show that 4,165 elephants have died between 2012 and 2024. And this rapid escalation of elephant deaths is a huge challenge for elephant conservation in Sri Lanka. And you can see if you can calculate, you can find 71% of the elephants we counted in 2011. Now they are no more. You can say while elephants are dying, some birds could be recorded, but unfortunately, the elephants are the animal in this planet with the longest gestation period. It's about 22 months. Therefore, we can't expect that births could be happened, simultaneously or parallel to the escalating number of deaths, right? I'll go through the answers. Our question was something else. I'm not sure with this. This is the first question of the second round, right?
Yes, this is the question.
Okay, but I think if you go to the chat, there's a problem. Anyway, I'll continue with this question. It doesn't matter. You don't want to think about that too much. That because this kind of discussions for improve your awareness and knowledge. Then therefore, please don't rely on the questions that much. You can try to grab the knowledge from this presentation and all. As I mentioned earlier, we have had less than 6,000 elephants. Unfortunately, within last 10, 15 years, we lost 71% of them. But with parallel to the elephant deaths, probably for some of the birds are there, then they should that birds should be taken into account. But I'm pretty sure that we have uh, maybe 6,000 or less than 6,000 elephants at the moment in Sri Lanka. Therefore, I think the correct answer is answer C, 5,000 to 6,000 elephants, right? If you have any doubt or any concern about this, we can discuss maybe later. I think we have kind of a discussion session, right? Okay,
Yes, we have.
yeah. Then which region has the highest elephant density in Sri Lanka? Uh, Four answers: Central Highlands, dry zone, wet zone, and coastal mangroves, right? Okay, answer B, dry zone. Let's see. Here you can see the map of the elephant distribution in Sri Lanka. Hope you can see my slide here. You can, in the left-hand side, you can see the elephant distribution at the moment in yellow color, the herds. Herds are represented by the yellow color and males by the light blue color. Here you can see the previous elephant range in dark color, dark blue color. In addition to the present range, you can find dark blue color dots in this map. They are the old elephant range, or the elephants live in the past. Here you can see the population density in country, not elephant population, but human population. When we overlap or overlay these two maps, you can find elephants could be found with the areas where elephant the human density is way less. Then not only the protected areas, but also out of the protected areas they are there. The most important thing that you need to know is in Sri Lanka, elephants could be found in about 60% of this entire island, 60% of this island. And surprisingly, 40% of the uh, home range are outside the protected areas. I mean, in 40% of the country, elephants are outside the protected areas, and they have to share their land with the human. That's why the human-elephant conflict is one of the biggest socio-economic and environmental and political issue in the country at the moment, right? The answer is answer B. At the moment, you can see here elephant home ranges are distributed across all the dry zone uh, through in the entire dry zone. But I want to mention that they are not dry zone. They I don't know whether they allow to leave the dry zone. If you go to the past, maybe 100,000 years ago, sometime you may heard that a lot of elephants were in the hill country and the wet zone of the country in 18 about 80s. You could find elephants even in Colombo. There was a record in I can't remember the exact year, but 18 something. There was an elephant attack happened in Colombo. Therefore, we can't say they like to live in the dry zone, but because of the extinction of the regional extinction of elephants, they now they are restricted to the dry zone of the country, right? Okay, then let's move on to the second question, the third question of this round. What type of habitats do elephants prefer? There are four answers: dense montane forest, open sublands and dry forest, alpine grasses, and coastal dunes. What is your answer? Answer B, open shrublands and dry forest. As I mentioned before, we can't exactly say that this is the typical habitat for the elephants, but at the moment we can find them in the entire dry zone with the as dry in some cases dry uh, uh, forest and thorny and shrub forest in the dry zone. They are we can find them, but earlier until now you can see a few elephants, maybe one or two elephants are there in Sinharaja rainforest, and in some cases you can find elephants in Adams Peak and in certain wet zone areas as well. But most of the majority of elephants are now in the dry zone because I think this is mainly because of the regional extinction of the elephants because of their habitat loss and hunting in the before the during the colonial periods. Hundreds of thousands of elephants were killed by shooting by the hunters, the very famous hunters, the British hunters. They killed a lot of animals. Therefore, that would be the reason for the extinction of elephants in the wet zone. And on the other hand, because of the habitat loss, now they are limited to the dry zone, and they rely on mostly on open shrublands and dry forests, right? And the answer is B. Then let's move on to the next question. The largest seasonal gathering of elephants. It was an impressive thing that we were fortunate to see in Sri Lanka. The largest elephant gathering in the world occurs in where? Tell me. Where we can find the largest gathering. Udawalawa National Park, Yala National Park, Mineri National Park, and Sinharaja Forest. Yes, the correct answer is answer C, Mineri National Park. Here you can see about 400 elephants were roam around in the dry season at Lungam Vihara National, at Mineri National Park because with the water level of the reservoir, Mineri reservoir going down, the lush green grasses are coming up. Then it's a very good tasty and nutrient food for animal. Therefore, they come here from across the area to eat these green grasses. Therefore, it creates the world's largest elephant gathering. But unfortunately, during the recent past, this gathering was disappeared, unfortunately, because of the water level didn't go down. Because of the Moraghakand water, the irrigation project, the authorities filled the reservoir water throughout the year. Unfortunately, there was no water level going down. Therefore, there were no grasses and elephant did come there. But fortunately, after we raising our voice and one side the Wildlife and Nature Protection Society and all the other organizations and the individuals for the elephants, they make a huge outcry about that. Therefore, now the situation is again coming a bit of natural. Fortunately, Sri Lanka is rely on tourism sector, and we are happy to say that we have this much of tourists, that much of tourists every year. Now the tourism is high. The tourism arrival to the country is increasing at the moment. It's good news for us. When it comes to the statistics of tourism, you can find that 47% of elephants, 47% of tourists coming to Sri Lanka visited at least one national park in the country. And therefore, you can see how important the national parks are for our tourism and for our country. This figure was according to the 2018 statistics, because after 2018 happened Easter Sunday attacks and COVID pandemic like things and the economic crisis, our the tourism sector was degraded. Before that degradation, we can found about 47% of the tourists visiting uh, national parks in the country, right? Here, there was an estimation done by Mr. Srilal Mittapala. He's one of the eminent tourism sector expert in the country in the country. And according to his analysis, you can find uh, one elephant gathered in Min area during the particular gathering season. One particular animal make about 1 million, 10 million rupees for the national economy, right? Can you believe that? 10 million rupees, right? And when it comes to Yala, it's about 1.7 million rupees. And when it comes to Udavalava, it's about 1.7 million rupees. Because here the Yala elephant is not the main attraction. Most of the people going to Yala to watch leopards or bears or like animals. Therefore, the value is a bit of low, but most of the tourists coming to Minere National Park during the particular season for watching elephants. Therefore, the value is very high. It's about 4 million, sorry, 10 million rupees. And according to Mr. Mittapala, the total value of to elephants, according through the tourism sector, about 4 million rupees per animal when we consider all the less than 6,000 elephants in the country, right? It's like 21,400 US dollars at that time. You can see how much the elephants are valuable for our economy. How what is the role played by the elephants in the tourism sector in Sri Lanka, right? Therefore, the answer is answer C, the Min Area National Park, right? Then this is the last question of this round. Which is the invasive plant reduce elephant foraging in Sri Lanka? There are four answers: Lantana camara, water hyacinth, Mimosa pigra, and Salvinia. Let's see what are the answers. Please give answers in the chat box, then we can see what do you think about that, right? Okay, let's move on to the answers. Here you can see the most prominent invasive species in the country at the moment. Here you can see Halapuandara. Here the water hyacinth and lantana, and here the soap bush and Echolibia cactus and common was, right? These are the six main invasive species in the country at the moment. I think it depends on the area. Most of the cases we can find Lantana camera, or simply we call Lantana, or in Sinhala we say Gandapana. Right. I added a slide about research done by uh, wildlife officer Attanayak, and I am one of the co-authors of this publication. Here you can see the invasive species found in Yala National Park itself, a number of species. And also I want to emphasize that other than, we are talking about alien invasive species, alien invasive floral species, lantana and all. But I want to emphasize that there are some issues with the native weeds. Here you can see in this table, you can see at the bottom, you can see four native weeds. They are spreading rapidly in the national parks in the country. It depends. We have done this study in Yala National Park. When it come to other national parks, may be different, right? But you have to think about not only the alien invasive species, but also the native weeds are there. They play a vital role in the habitat degradation, and change the habitat unfavorable for the animals and other elephants and other animals, right? Okay, I think this round is now finished. You may be wondering what is the correct answer for the last question. We can say lantana camera, but please think about the facts that I given to you, that some of the area, some of the areas, lantana camera is not the major issue. It depends on the location, and on the other hand, the native weeds play a vital role in this regard. Right? Thank you very much. Okay, then we can go to the round 3. Brother, up over to you.
Thank you, sir. And I think that was another insightful round we had with you, sir. Thank you very much. So now we'll be moving on to round 3 of our quiz today on the behavior and social structure of Sri Lankan animals. So the link for the quiz will be shared in the Zoom chat box and the WhatsApp groups now. And good luck, everyone. You all will be given 3 minutes for the quiz. For everyone, I believe that the time has passed now, and I believe that you have had time to answer the questions for the third round. And we are sorry for the error; it's fixed now as well. So I think Supun, over to you.
Okay, I think we are running behind the schedule a bit. We'll try to move a bit fast. Okay, the question is the basic social unit of Sri Lankan elephants is solitary male, bachelor group, or family groups, or the mixed herd led by a male. What is the correct answer? Anyone would like to answer the question in the chat box? Yes, the correct answer is answer C, matriarch led family group, right? Let's talk a little bit about this. Here you can see on one side you can see bull, say tusker, or the adult male. Here you can see a group of elephants, right? This kind of elephants groups are called herds, elephant herds, led by matriarch and or the senior, one of the senior females in this herd. And mainly they are organized as herds, consist with the females and calves and juveniles. When when the males come to the mature level, they leave their group and they'll live alone. We called single elephants or the Thani Alia in Sinhala. And if not, they create a small bachelor groups for their survival. Then they live with these bachelor groups, right? And when we talk about the elephants, there's a burning question about Tumpatrana or Trio. Here you can see a tusker should be a male and a female and calf. Here you can see, on the other hand, you can see a female and two calves, two juveniles actually. What is the composition of trio, as you know? I can give you chance for one. The right hand side picture or the left hand side picture. What do you think? I can give
Right hand
you
side.
chance. Right hand side. A mother with three juveniles, right? Am I right? This one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. It's real nice answer. When I do this kind of presentations for the the adult people, they probably say that a father and mother and a kid consist with a trio. It's not the correct answer for sure. That's when we talk about trio, it consists with mother and two calves with the mother who is identified as trio in elephants, right? Any problem, any concern, or any question about that? I think no. We can move forward. Uh, Please make sure that elephants has social organization with lead by mothers or the females, right? Therefore, there's no big role played by the fathers in these communities. Therefore, all the groups are led by the senior females. We call them matriarch, right? Then the mature males usually leave their birth herd at around which year? Tell me. For the question number 2 of this quiz, the answer is answer C, right? I'll explain it to you. When it comes to the females in Asian elephants, they can be sexually mature, in between 9 to 22 years, but most of the cases it's about 11 to 14. But when it comes to male elephants, they usually come to their sexual maturity in the age of 15. But when you go to the Africa, this age limit may be 24 years. It's kind of bit of uh, age, more age when compared to the Asian elephants, right? Okay, the correct answer is answer C, 15 years, right? Okay. Then the must. Must is one of the another important thing when compared to the when we were talking about the elephants. Actually, must is kind of it's a well documented phenomena in adult male elephants, characterized by higher sexual activity, aggression, increase secretion of the from the temporal glands, and urine rippling, and a large amount of secretion of testosterone hormones from their body, right? Therefore, the answer is increasing sexual and aggressive behavior. It is not related to the migration at all. It is not related to the temporary tusker growth or decreased appetite, right? There's a kind of truth behind this decreased appetite, because during this period they mainly focus on finding their sexual mates to breed. Therefore, they don't want to eat that much, because during the off season, or the other than that must episode, they eat a lot. Then they make their body condition very good, and they are very they found a lot of food, and they are strong with the food, the nutrient deposits in their bodies, and then they get ready for the episode of must episode. Then depending on their body condition, these episode could be longer when compared to the weak animals. Okay, right. Let's see the chat. Okay. Okay, here you can see the temporal gland secretion from a very strong bull. I took this picture from Yala National Park before coming back to my university. Here you can see the temporal gland secretion. It's smell. It creates a kind of very harsh smell. Then find you can easily get to know that there's a must elephants around you because of this very strong odor, right? Okay, then let's move on to the correct answer. Answer A, as I mentioned, increased sexual and aggressive behavior, right? And low frequency elephant communication is called, yeah, infrasound, right? Infrasound, we call it infrasound. Elephant has a variety of communication methods when compared to the other animals. One thing is this low frequency infrasounds. Other than that, they rely on acoustic communication. I mean, make big sounds like trumpeting from. Actually, this infrasound is again acoustic communication. it's a lower range, but when we go to the higher range, you can find trumpeting. From trumpeting to low frequency infrasound, they are communicate. They use acoustic communication. Therefore, they are exchange their messages and all. Other than that, they use chemical communication, because they smell the things, the urine, the elephant dung, with their nose. Then they communicate with that. They touch the mouth and genital areas and urine like things with the trunk. Then by touching them, they get kind of chemical cues to communicate. And other than that, tactile communication is also there. Elephants are one of the most social animals. Therefore, they touch with their trunk, their body, their legs, and sometimes they touch their bodies. Likewise, they use that kind of tactile communication as well. On the other hand, the visual communication as well. They look at things. They rely on what they see, and they make some postures like things. Then they are being used for their communication. Right. And surprisingly, sometime you may heard that before. Elephants are called by individual name tags like humans, right? My name is Supun, and you have different names, right? Here I can see Nadi, like Nasani, and Kadhirja, like things, right? I'm sorry if I'm I'm pronouncing wrong, but right, Muna Singh, like yeah, human like names are right here, right? Similarly, elephant use names for their communication. Sometimes you can't believe that, but recently there was a publication from Kenya. There was a publication. I added that link to the chat group. Here you can find the link to the research paper. Then it would be interesting for you to read. It was published in 2014 in the Nature, Ecology and Evolution International Journal, as African elephants address one another with individually specific name-like calls. All right. Sometime you may heard that. If not, you can read this. It is a really interesting thing to get to know that other than human, there is another species are called by individual names. Okay. Okay. Then the last question of this round. In dry season, elephants cope this dry season by migrating to the wetter area, digging for water, feeding at night to avoid heat, or all of the above. What do you think? Okay, because we are running behind the schedule, I'll explain here. The answer would be all of the above, but I want to mention that elephants don't migrate far away that much, because they entirely depend on their home ranges throughout the year, their life, right? Therefore, they are not migrating far away from their original birthplace. They live around their place. It may be 25 square kilometers to maybe 250 square kilometers when it comes to Sri Lanka. It depends when we go to the Africa. The home range could be more than 1,000 square kilometers. Okay. And also but they can migrate within their home range from one area to another, depending on the food availability and water like things. And they also dig small holes for water through using their tusks and also using their trunks, right? The most impressive thing is that the other animals, the small mammals and deers, zambas, like other small carnivores, and most of the other small animals rely on this kind of small waterholes created by the elephants during this dry season. It's a very important ecological service that elephants create to the ecosystem where they live. And feeding at night to avoid heat. Yes, throughout the year, not during the dry season. Throughout the year, they go to they start searching food during the night. Most of the time, they come to the water sources in the evenings, and throughout the night, about maybe 18 hours, they go here and there to search foods. Maybe they travel maybe 20 kilometers, 18 20 kilometers per day. As I mentioned, they have a huge uh, demand for food. Then to find that amount of food, they have to walk really very far away. Maybe during one night they have to walk maybe 20 kilometers to find this food. Anyway, the answer is answer D, all the above. We can answer as all the above, right? Okay, I think now we have concluded the session for the fourth round, right? Then we have to go to the round number four. I think we should give you 3 more minutes to answer the questions, right?
Yes, Subhan, that's it. So
Okay.
thank you very much. And like we'll be moving on to round four now on the topic of conservation and human elephant coexistence. So everyone will be given 3 minutes to answer the questions, and the Zoom chat box and in WhatsApp group will be sharing the link for the Google Form now. Good luck.
Shall we
You
move
have
on to
30
the
seconds.
questions? Okay. Okay.
Everyone, the time is up now, and I hope that you all had enough time to answer the questions. So if no one really needs any more time more, we can start discussing the questions. So over to you, Supun.
Okay, thank you. I think because of the time limit, we will move forward a bit speed, bit faster. The first question is the leading cause of elephant deaths in Sri Lanka. Question one, the question one of this round, poaching, habitat loss and fragmentation, human-elephant conflict, and diseases. Let's move on to the answers. Here you can see how the elephant, what is the fate that elephant home ranges in Sri Lanka face at the moment. Here you can see from one hand the illegal cultivations are there, and granite mining is there, and soil mining is there. All these kind of things, even in the reservoir beds, you can see during the dry season when the water levels are going down, people try to cultivate these lands as well. Then elephants have no chance to go to drink some water or roam, or they rely on the lush green grasses I have mentioned before, right? On the other hand, here you can see the deforestation going on rapidly out, mainly out of the protected areas, but they are the elephant home ranges in the country. Therefore, poaching is one important thing, habitat loss and fragmentation, as I mentioned. But most important thing is human elephant conflict, because most of the elephants at the moment are killed because of human elephant conflict, because of mainly gunshots or hakkapatas. On the other hand, we mention it as jaw breakers, kind of explosive, explode, detonate inside the mouth of the poor elephants. Then they suffer. They have suffer from severe injuries inside the mouth, and they can't drink or they can't eat. Then they have to suffer. Thus, they have to suffer a lot, and finally they will die. Right? And diseases, it's not a big issue in Sri Lanka at the moment, but most probably the most important thing is human elephant conflict, right? Answer C. And how many elephants? We lose how many elephants? 550, 100, 250, or 400? Okay. Here you can see the escalation of elephant uh, deaths in country during the past 9 years. You can see the increasing number of elephant deaths in the country. In 2023, we lost 488 elephants. On the other hand, we lost 184 individuals, humans, because of human-elephant conflict. I want to emphasize that we have done research. We have published a research in 2020. And we found that uh, 263 elephants have been killed that year within 2010 to 2019. And in this publication, we uh, revealed that Sri Lanka is the country with the highest elephant deaths, annual elephant deaths in the world because of human-elephant conflict. And on the other hand, the country with the second highest human deaths because of human elephant conflict. But at the moment, during the last 5 years, the number of elephant deaths rise up to 403 per year. Then you can you can think about the rapid escalation of elephant deaths in the country. It's a very serious and very pathetic situation at the moment. Okay. Here you can see the divisional secretariat divisions in the country with the human-elephant conflict. And in the dark red, we can see the divisional secretariats with more than 30 human and elephant deaths during the particular period from 2010 to 2019, right? Therefore, the answer is D, 400 elephants. Okay. And among the measures listed below, which is the most effective in reducing human-elephant conflict, here you can see four mitigation measures: electric fencing on ecological boundaries, translocating problematic elephants, elephant drives, and elephant holding grounds. I'll explain a little bit about all four these factors. Here you can see in 1959, there was a plan come to in action or the discussion about confining elephant to the protected areas and leave the other lands free of elephants. But unfortunately, as I mentioned, at the moment itself, we can find elephants out of 60% of this island. Therefore, it is clear that it is not effective at all to limiting or the confining elephants to this kind of protected areas, right? Here you can see the elephants live outside the protected areas. In each color, you can see you can find separate elephant herd. If you think about the patch of all the dots belong to one color. For instance, here you can see blue color. Then here, if you consider all the blue colors here, it's kind of one elephant herd, and it's a kind of home range of this particular animal. Okay. And when it comes to the here the this green color, another elephant herd likewise. So you can see elephants rely on their home range, and then it is not possible to limit them to protected areas. Here you can see the airport, and the Mattala airport is here. Here the map shows the elephants live outside the protected areas, and here the Lunugam National Park, here the park boundary of the Lunugam National Park, right? The elephant drive is think like that with the large number of human force and shooting with firearms and elephant crackers. We drive elephants herds mainly towards the protected areas. Then we try to confine them to the protected areas, right? Here you can see this elephant drive was the largest elephant drive happened in Sri Lanka in 2006. After that, we confined about 300 elephant to the Lungambir National Park. Here we believe that after they have been driven from this side, right? And then we believe that we expected that they will explode over here in Lundgavir National Park and the surrounding areas, but unfortunately it was happened. What was happened is they were roaming here and there in the area where they entered the national park, and after some time they face a lot of um, problems with lack of nutrients, lack of food, and they lost their lives untimely, right? Okay. Then here you can see another three pictures belongs to Elephant Drive happened in 2009. Here the blue color is kind of elephant home range of a particular elephant herd. There was a elephant drive conducted in September 2009 to drive the elephants from here. The fresh dots are representing by the new areas where elephants live. With the time, you can see the green dots going towards the protected area here. But here you can see some yellow color or the yellow color dots. You can see the that the yellow color dots go away from the drive, right? Drive go here. Then this guy, a bull elephant, going here out of the drive track. Then after that, after elephant drive happened, this young this bull came to the particular area again. Then it creates the problem. We try to drive elephants to the protected areas to solve human elephant conflict, but you can understand that it is not, it is not effective at all, because the females and the calves and juveniles have been driven from their home range to the protected areas, but the problem causing animals remain in the same area and they continue to create the problem. Okay. And after confining the elephants to the protected areas, it's like this. You can see we can fill this peep with full of water because of the different heights of the these pillars, right? The shortest pillar, represent the amount of the water that the container could be bear, right? It's like it is similar to the ecosystem or the protected area. There's a carrying capacity. If we go beyond the carrying capacity, this would be the result. Probably this picture was taken from Yala National Park during the dry season because of lack of food. This kind of elephant calves are died every year because of malnutrition and lack of their mother's milk, like. Okay. On the other hand, the translocation, we select particular animals as problematic animals. Then we try to send them to far away from their particular home range. But the funniest thing or the pathetic situation is they come from their original home range within very short period of time. Here, this bull is called Chandi in Lundgam Vihara. In one time, it was translocated to Somavati National Park. It's about more than 250 kilometers from Galgamu. But within 30 days, this animal came back to its home range. Okay. And the elephant, then we try to confine the elephants to a designated area called elephant holding ground. In Sri Lanka, we have one elephant holding ground in Horopatana. But the same animal translocated, sent to the elephant holding ground in Horopatana, came back to his home range within very short period of time. Therefore, you can understand that it is not effective at all. Okay, and when it comes to the fences, it's almost all the fences in Sri Lanka are like that. Elephants are they are either sides of the fence. It's like this. Here you can see the wildlife protected area, and after that there are some forest department lands as well. Then only we can find the developed area, right? Most of the electric fences are here around the protected area boundaries, but the elephant don't know whether this is a wildlife protected area or forest department boundary. Therefore, they roam around everywhere the forests are, right? Then, if we want to effectively use the electric fences, we should use the electric fences on the ecological boundaries of the elephants, right? Then you can see there's no barrier, there's no um, issue to elephants to roam around either forest area or the Department of Wildlife Conservation area, right? Then they are restricted to come to the developed area, and therefore this kind of fence structures are very effective for the mitigation of human elephant conflict. And I'll tell a little bit about the National Action Plan for the mitigation of human elephant conflicts in Sri Lanka. It was developed in 2020. It's a very comprehensive action plan, and with a lot of effective methods can be used to mitigate human elephant conflict in Sri Lanka. But unfortunately, the implementation is still lacking. Okay. Therefore, you can decide the answer. You can say the correct answer is uh, answer A, electric fencing on ecological boundaries of the elephants, right? Okay, then let's move on to the next question because the time issue. Sri Lankan elephants are legally fully protected by law, by national laws, protected only in national parks, unprotected outside reserves, classified as game animal. What do you think? Without further delay, I'll give you the answer. Fully protected animal by the national laws. Not depend on the protection of the land. Inside the protected areas and the outside the protected areas, throughout the island, elephants are protected by the flora and fauna protection ordinance. Okay, right? Then the final question of this round, the final answer, final question of the final round. IUCN status of Sri Lankan elephants. What is it? Least concern, near threatened, vulnerable, endangered. I think already know the answer because I myself explained this answer before. They are listed as endangered species according to the IUCN Red List, nationally and internationally. Okay, I think now it's time to wrap up the sessions, right? Here I added some contact details of mine. You can follow me on YouTube and Facebook, and you can write to me through my email address, and you can contact me over the phone as well for more details. So for talking anything about the elephants for the environmental matters as well. Thank you very much. Over to you, brother. Thank you for giving this valuable opportunity for me. If there's any room for the discussion, I'm free to, answer your questions, answer your concerns. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you very much, Subham, for that rather insightful discussion. And I believe that we all, including myself, learned a lot about the real issues with the human-elephant conflict in Sri Lanka and how we must reframe it from conflict to coexistence and how we must move forward with what we have. So, with that, we have come to the end of episode 16 of the PHILOZOIC Wildlife Q&A session. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask from Subham. And thank you very much to everyone for taking part in the quiz, and the best performer for this quiz will be announced after the end of this session. So again, thank you very much, Supun, our main speaker today, on your insightful approach in today's discussion. And I believe again that we all were able to learn something new today on the amazing elephant population of not only in Sri Lanka, but also beyond as well. So if anyone has
Thank
any
you.
questions, feel free to ask from Supun.
By the way, thank you very much, youth wing of the WNPS and the friends engaged with this question and Q&A session. I think it was a really interesting session. Other than just listening to a speaker, it's a kind of different experience for me too. Thank you very much for you think for organizing this kind of valuable discussions. Okay, thank you. Any questions or concerns? You don't
It's
want to
about,
ask me? Yeah.
there is one question in the chat box. So they're asking, is taming much for elephants and using them to culture events a proper solution to reduce the human-elephant conflict? Because some people are trying to make that kind of trend now in the society as well in Sri Lanka.
Yes, Sitmina, yeah. Thank you, Sitmina. It's a really important question. It's a burning question at the moment, but I should mention that taming or domesticating elephant is not a solution for human-elephant conflict at all, because elephants are now endangered across the island. Therefore, we should think about protecting them. We don't we there's no much more elephants for domestication for sure. Therefore, we should think about protecting elephant in their home ranges or in the wild. On the other hand, we should have a particular mechanism to breed elephants from the domesticated elephants for use of this kind of cultural events. The thing is, at the moment, I want to mention that there's a very sad situation that some smugglers go to the wild and kill the maternal elephants, and they capture the calves and juveniles, and they sell these elephants to a very high price. It's a kind of big mafia in Sri Lanka, and at the moment, wildlife department is trying to combat this smuggling racket. Therefore, the short answer is human elephant conflict could be uh, addressed by this kind of domestication or taming elephants. But the culture, the culture of the Perahara or the traditional cultures should be there. For that particular cultures, we should have a mechanism to breed elephant among the this domesticated elephant to be used for these kind of cultural events. Thank you. Hope I answered your question. Another question is our knowledge of wildlife veterinary medicine is in non-updated situation right now. I'm not an expert in the field of veterinary science, but I think there's no that much of lack of knowledge, because our veterinary surgeons working at the Department of Wildlife Conservation has a lot of experience, maybe more than 10-20 years of experience of treating the elephants and the other wildlife at the in the country. But the thing is, the number of available veterinary surgeons are very few at the moment at the Department of Wildlife Conservation. If I remember correct, maybe 12 veterinary surgeons are working at the wildlife department. Then they have to treat not only elephant but also a lot of variety of mammals and other animals across the island. Therefore, there are some issues with that. Other than that, I think there's no big knowledge gap about the veterinary medicine. Anything else? I think all are remain silent. There will be no more questions, maybe. We can wrap up the session.
So again, thank you very much, Supun, and thank you very much for everyone who participated today as well. So good night, everyone. We'll announce the winners soon as well, and see you all next time.
Good night.